He is the one.
It's LeGarrette Blount here, man, 3-time Super Bowl champion. I just want to give you a shout out to the YouTube channel, MicroMike, man.
Eddie Murray, former Detroit Lion. Make sure you watch MicroMike on YouTube.
Calvin Johnson Jr. here, a.k.a. Megatron. Big shout out to MicroMike and YouTube channel, man.
Keep on talking everything Detroit Lions, and I just got to remind you, man, happy wife, happy life.
What's going on, YouTube, and welcome to Detroit Lions Talk with the MicroMike, where we talk all things Detroit Lions news, rumors, analysis, breakdown, and everything regarding our franchise. In this video, we're doing Detroit Lions training camp day one observations, and there's a lot to go on. We're going to be talking about Dan Campbell, the head coach. We're going to be talking about the offensive line, the rookies, Jared Goff, overall, some things that was seen by this camp. And yes, a lot of good news, and that is good for day one of training camp. However, before we get into this video, if you're not a subscriber, smash that subscribe button. Let's get to 15,000 subscribers, and let's get to 100 likes in the video. Yes, yes, yes. We talk about the Detroit Lions. We've been talking about a mess for multiple years. Thank you, Matt Patricia. He was the mess himself. Obviously, we've had a lot of downs throughout the time. With that said, Dan Campbell is the one. Yes, Neo, watch out. Morpheus was not talking about you. He was talking about Dan Campbell, our head coach. How'd the training camp start? They were doing some up-downs on the defense. And how do you make people follow you? What do you do as a young leader, a person trying to get folks to follow your lead? You lead by example. So, making the defense do up-downs, guess who did that with them? Yes, our head coach, Dan Campbell, was doing it by their side, leading by example. And this is exactly the type of leader Detroit needs. How do you get these guys, these veterans, to buy in? You show them not only you're going to make them do stuff, but you will do that with them. That's exactly what Dan Campbell is. He is a leader of men. Smash that likes, folks. Let's get to 100 likes in this video. With your help, we definitely can get it done. The Pride Nation is legit. Let's show the legacy media that, yes, Detroit does have an outlet. It may not be on big media, but it is on YouTube. Smash that like button and let's get this video out there. This is the type of stuff I was waiting for to hear in training camp, and I'm so excited. And Michael Brockers was talking about even the young guys saying, man, I could definitely follow this guy. When you have an individual such as a Dan Campbell that can go ahead and have people follow him, when Sundays come, they will run through a brick wall to do whatever they can to please their head coach and put the best effort out on Sundays, and that's how you attempt to win football games. Our last head coach, there'd be no up-downs for him unless he's sitting up and down on a chair. Other than that, nah, he would not lead by example, so we got a complete and utter difference here in our head coach, and I absolutely love hearing about that. Folks, if you like DeAndre Swift, and I know a lot of people do, he is going to be an integral piece towards this passing game. Observations showed that Jared Goff was throwing him the ball quite a bit, and we're not just talking about the screen pass. We're talking multiple packages, and this is good for Jared Goff because he is accurate between those 10 yards, and DeAndre Swift is going to get those balls. We have lack of talent at the wide receiver corps, so we need help in the passing game. Bring in DeAndre Swift. Man, oh man, this is why we drafted this guy last year. I thought his potential is vital towards the success of the Detroit Lions going forward, and he needed to be the integral piece. He needed to be the main focal point of the Detroit Lions offense to make this thing work. And guess what? Anthony Lynn knows exactly what he's doing as he is making DeAndre Swift a big part to the passing game and obviously in the running game. So if you are a fantasy owner and you're trying to get an individual that can give you some points, hey, DeAndre Swift is an individual you want to go ahead and select. Maybe not with the first round of the running backs, but he's looking like a tier 2 guy, and I'm really excited to see him on the field making big-time plays for our offense and Jared Goff himself. Observations showed the production that was taking place for the Detroit Lions rookies. And as we kind of all expected, and what generally smart leaders do is they slowly bring in the rookies as they adapt from college to the speed of the NFL. And that's exactly what's taking place for the Lions rookies. Defensive tackle Levi Onwuzurike did not get a whole lot of walkthroughs, and you go ahead and look at Trey Flowers and others. Michael Brockers putting him under his wing to help him out. With that said, Alim McNeill was starting at the interior of the defensive line day one, and I think that he's going to have a very good piece towards this rotation as being a guy, his big body, to stop the gap in the middle. So it's good to see him starting out there. And Amon-Ra St. Brown was on the field looking fairly good and sharp, better than expected. Great news for the Lions wide receivers. We need these young guys to go in there and make plays. As we know, the top-tier talent when it comes to the wide receivers is not what it used to be in Detroit. So you need these young guys to step up to fill that gap. And I love that I'm seeing Amon-Ra St. Brown is doing just that. Derek Barnes, he's slowly getting implemented into this defense. Again, it's going to take some time. We're talking a fourth-round rookie here, and I do think he will be a big part of the Lions' defense starting rotation when the season starts to get along. And Penei Sewell was thrusted immediately into the starting lineup as the right tackle, as you would expect, and doing exactly why we drafted this guy as high as we did, making this offensive line a stout, one of the best in the NFL, and I expect him to immediately be an impact player fairly quick for the Lions. Comment on the video. Are you happy? So what you're hearing so far in Detroit Lions training camp, why for yes and for no? It's simple. You heard what happened day one. Do you like the direction that's taking place with this organization? We talk about the Detroit Lions defensive line. We're going back to what we're saying here. Now, Trey Flowers is being pushed back a little bit. We're seeing that in the observations. Shout out to Freep as well as Pride of Detroit for making these observations. And what we're seeing is Alim McNeill getting more starting time, just like we talked about in the last slide. And that's very good. It's good to see this young guy get in there. Being that guy that can stop that run is vital towards the success. Michael Brockers doing exactly what we brought him in here to do and being a mentor, not just a playmaker, to the Lions football team. He's doing exactly what you want a leader of men to do upon this defense. Having that veteran leadership, taking these young guys under the wing, is going to make the transformation much easier for the Detroit Lions team as a whole to transform from one of the worst last year to a much better production in the upcoming season. So it's nice to see that the thing is starting to come together. Talk about coming together, we got to talk about Jared Goff. In observations, he was 7 for 8 completions, predominantly shorter passes, with a big pass to TJ Hockenson. The accuracy of the football is there. He's thrown a very good football. This is fantastic news because we needed to get a quarterback that can be accurate and not turn that ball over. All we need is to continue these drives. It doesn't have to be the biggest gunslinger in the world that we've seen in past. We just need to have a guy that can get and deliver the football where it needs to be precisely with these wide receivers. And Jared Goff has continued his success in OTAs and minicamp into training camp day one. Yes, he's not getting rushed a whole lot. We're not fully in pads or anything like that, but it is definitely a good sign that the media is completely wrong about this guy being the worst quarterback in the NFL, or the one of the worst 2 quarterbacks in the NFL, just depending who you listen to. He is better than that. And if he can sit in the pocket with this offensive line, folks, he can tear apart defenses. Any quarterback can. And right now we're building one of the better offensive line in all of football, and we're seeing him pick defenses apart with accurate, precise football. And I love the big pass that he did today. They're talking about to TJ Hockenson. Love the Goff-Hockenson duo. We got Jared Goff in here to be a big part of this passing game. The last couple years, he should have been involved more. But now, with Jared Goff and Anthony Lynn, he is getting exactly what we drafted him to be. The guy when it comes to getting and receiving the football. So we're continuing to see success on the connection, and that's exactly good way to start with day one of training camp. In the upcoming videos, we've got the One Pride podcast on my channel every single Thursday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, except for next week. Not tomorrow, but next week, it's going to be on Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. EST. Why? Because I'm going to Detroit Lions training camp, and I want to be able to spend some quality time with the subscribers and monitor what our Lions are doing. And on Sunday at 11 in the morning, yes, we do a live Q&A session where you got questions for me. I attempt to give you some answers, so make sure you go ahead and jump in on that. As well as I'm dropping videos every single day. We talk about all things Detroit Lions, news and rumors and analysis, potentially what could take place. So hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest Lions news and rumors.